I'm Richard Lewis reporting for Canada.org, and I am here with some of the American contingent that have travelled to Copenhagen Games. It is, of course, the boys from Curse. Nice T-shirts, by the way. I do like what they've done. It's very nice. So you've just gone 2-0 in the groups, and you're making a habit of kind of coming back at the moment from games. You've been behind on maps, and the games have been really close. So are you happy at the moment, or are you thinking we've got another gear we can step up to?
We're pretty happy with our performances. Of course, we're in our first match on Dust 2 when we came back in overtime. We were down 14-6. Everything just started clicking on CT side. We started realizing this is it. This is where the tournament begins, and this is our time to shine. We practiced so long for this tournament. We put in 3 months of work almost every day, so it would have been a shame to come here, do all this work just to go down in the lower bracket, something like that. So overall, I'm pretty happy with our performances.
What about you as well? Because individually, I mean, as always, you are a standout player. I don't think that's news to anybody. But you're looking really, really sharp. I think some people were maybe wondering what kind of anger was going to turn up to the event. So, but it turns out the very good one. So. Yeah, you can grab the mic.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Yeah. So, are you happy with your own performance?
Yeah, I've been playing pretty good on Dust 2. CT side, we had to adjust our defense against mid to Bs, which is crazy. If you play back, you just get completely white screened. So we switched that up on D2, holding it pretty good.
Their mid to Bs is really easy to hold. The way we played it, as soon as we started playing versus Europeans, they're completely different.
Yeah. Let's see. What was it? We played Nuke against Lowland Alliance. It's our first time playing it against Europeans after our lineup switch. We were down, I think, 14-6?
On Nuke?
On Nuke, and we came back.
13-6.
13-6. We came back CT side. But we just have a habit of coming back. That's how it was on Dynamic with me too, so it's pretty rough. People play completely different.
Well, I mean, you've talked about, the difference in the American and European stuff. I mean, is that still present in CSGO? Like, is there still that difference that we saw in 1.6 that we saw in Source, or is it a bit more homogenous? Is everyone kind of playing the same way?
Well, the play styles of every European team that we've played so far is completely different. Teams have completely different tendencies. For example, like some teams they hold long, some teams they're playing really aggro cat, throwing 3 smokes before we can do anything. The difference right now, I think the biggest difference is in the practice. In North America, I think there was maybe 2 active invite teams when we were preparing for this event, and really it was actually just 1 Quantic, and we can't really practice versus them much because it just ends up us counter-stratting them and them counter-stratting us. Yeah. So it just creates bad habits. So I think the biggest difference is just practice. Like, you come to Europe, you have 15, 20 teams that on any given day that can give you a nice challenge. In North America, it's like 1, 2 teams that are okay other than Quantic. Dynamic barely plays nowadays, so that's the biggest problem for us, just the practice. So
why does the American scene kind of suck right now then? Like, what's happening? Because you've still got ESEA, and there seems to be a lot of money in this scene. And Curse are a big organization. They're known for having like a League of Legends team. It's not like there's some small organization. So why is it that there's like 3 teams right now?
I feel like teams need a better backing to actually get the motivation to play. At the moment, people just have other obligations, so they don't really put in the effort. Like I said, there's only 3 sponsor teams, so it's pretty bad.
NCI
4 NCI, yeah. But besides that, they don't really contribute that much in scrims.
I mean, was it difficult for you guys to get the sponsorship with Curse, given the scene as it was at the moment? I mean, how hard did you have to beg? I mean, was it like that, or did they come to you?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was because Mike streamed, and they're really big into social media, and he just stood out to them. So.
Yeah, the awesome thing about the Curse sponsorship is they're sort of awesome company, and they don't really care about our placings. They want to back us. They want us to send as many events as we can, and they just want us to work on our social media. So if everybody watching this could follow us on Twitter and Facebook,
please.
That'd be awesome.
It's right. So, what about the other things that you've got going on at the moment? Because I know we are going to talk some more about Copenhagen Games before we sign off. But with the American scene, I mean, all it's got at the moment really is ESEA. So I mean, how are you guys? I mean, what are you guys poised to be doing? Are you going to come to Europe more, or?
That's the plan. We have a good sponsorship, so we plan to attend as many European events as we can. So.
And also, if there's any local, like me, Todd, and Skadudo, we attended Rio Land. If there's any lands that we can attend, we definitely will. Our whole team would have attended Rio Land. It's just that me and Cody joined last minute, like 2 weeks before Rio Land. So, and Cody EasyPK had a vacation booked for that weekend. So we just ended up going with the mixed dynamic and Curse, which ended up anyway well.
So you've come through unscathed. You've got the next big test coming up in the group, which is going to be a Nexus, right? So, I mean, you guys will have seen that they recently won the I Series. That was just last weekend. I was there. It was great. Really exciting stuff. I mean, it wasn't. I'm being sarcastic there because they were like the only real team there. Like so. Yeah.
Steel was there. I was just kidding.
Yeah, but it was a new team. It was a new team for them. So, you friends with Steele? Do you know him quite well?
Josh hates me. I don't have nothing against him. He hates me as a player. He hates me as a person. He thinks I'm the worst player in the world, probably. So, I just play my game.
Oh, well, you would have enjoyed watching him get owned at I Series then. But yeah. So, I mean, like, have you had time to kind of watch any demos or get any ideas about how you're going to beat them?
We've watched every tournament that we possibly could. Rewatched demos, adjusted our strats, tweaked a little bit to maybe adjust to like the play styles of Europeans, but overall, we're just going to play our game, I think.
I mean, so you don't have any specific plans for Nexus? I mean, like anyone you'd like to shut down, anyone you may be a little bit afraid of?
I feel like shot for shot, we should be on par or better. I feel like Skadudo's playing really well. And when Skadudo's playing really well, Skadudo's probably, I haven't seen a better opera in CSGO than him yet. Everybody on our team is holding their weight, making plays, and that's the most important part. Everybody's coming in, maybe they did bad one map or one half, but next half they're just doing the best they can, playing really well. And it's really helping us out. That's what's helping us with the comebacks right now.
Let's talk a bit then about your overall predictions kind of for the tournament. I mean, I'm guessing you guys don't see yourselves, perhaps as some of the European fans have, as making up the numbers. I mean, do you guys realistically think, you're going to be there, top 8, maybe even higher?
Well, like I said, we put in a lot of effort, so we do plan on placing really well this LAN. So far, we did a bunch of scrims yesterday. We showed up here at 10 a.m. We played one map, and then we waited 6 hours, and then we scrimmed again. We thought like maybe that when we get to Europe, there's going to be some players that are just going to be completely insane, like from every team, might be like Rattlesnake or Weber. But so far, nobody's been impressing us that much. Maybe Get Right on Nip from our scrims.
Which you'd expect.
Yeah. Obviously, you'd expect. But even still, like Nip, they're obviously an amazing team, the best team. But I think we didn't do too bad versus them, playing versus Euros for the first time pretty much. We never practiced versus Euros online. And before then, we only did like 1 or 2 scrims. So far, we're playing really well.
And what about in terms of winning it? I mean, if we remove you from the equation just for a moment, who do you think is going to win it? I mean, is it going to be another event for NIP, in your opinion?
The way they're playing right now, I think so. They're just unstoppable. They're nuts.
Every single player on NIP is just hitting every shot. It's really hard.
Crazy.
When we scrimmed them, we beat them on our first scrim 16-14. And then like something clicked. On Inferno we did pretty well versus them too. Once again we lost all the pistol rounds. But on Train we played them on the 3rd map and it was just like on another level. It wasn't impressive shots, it was just very consistent, very precise. And it's just tough. It's tough to play versus that.
Are there any dark horses? I mean, like, I know you've been boot camping pretty hard and playing a lot of teams, a wide variety of European teams. Is there anyone you've seen, be it online or since you've arrived here, that you've thought, wow, these guys are actually going to surprise some people?
What was it? Temporary number?
Yeah, the Norwegian dudes.
Yeah, they're playing pretty nuts. So.
Yep, they're playing Temp No. Other than that, I haven't really been able to personally watch as many teams as I would like from Europe. Once again, we barely scrimmed any teams from Europe. So I don't really know who's going to be the underdogs. So every team we're playing is just completely neutral mindset. We're just going to go in there and do exactly what we did in practice and hope it works.
You did mention something about the pistol rounds. I was going to end on a funny thing like, what the fuck's up with your pistol rounds? But I'm not going to do that now because I'm going to try and style it out all professional. But I am going to ask you about your pistol rounds, even if it is kind of non-sequential in the interview. You've won 1 pistol round in 8 attempted pistol rounds, is the statistic. So What the fuck is wrong with your pistol rounds?
We're asking us the same question. What the fuck is going on? Online in America, there was no problems with our pistol rounds. All of a sudden, we're just running around and just getting headshotted on pistols. That just happens.
Yeah. I think we just need a deathmatch with pistols or something. I don't know.
After we lost the final pistol versus Lowland Lions, I just typed out, we have to deathmatch with pistols. We have to hop in a deathmatch with pistols. That's it.
Well, just before you do go to do that in the hour break that you've got, is there anything that's going to help you guys, you know, at Curse? Any shout outs you need to make or anything like that?
Yeah, shout out to Curse. Thanks for sending us out. Shout out to Steel. Thanks for the support. And yeah.
Follow our Facebook, Twitter, everything, please.
Definitely do that, apparently.
That's the most important part for us. If you guys can support us, our sponsor could send us to more events in Europe. And yeah, that's the most important part. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, yeah, look, thanks very much for taking the time to do the interview, and I'm sure it'd be great to see you guys at more European events. I'm sure we will. I know how good Curse are. And all the people out there, do stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more interviews like this one from here at Copenhagen Games 2013.